And on her knees trying to get the ball out. It's going to be hard. There is a hard tackle out front from Martin towards the middle of the field. Perry couldn't quite get it. Bit of a foot race here now. Salisbury, the ball does take a kind bounce. And Paige Allen was involved, but nicely taken again by O'Day. The kick is going to go through for a goal. Going to get this in front of goal. It's not going to have the distance, but that one is.
All right, we're here at Salisbury Oval watching Morphetville Park take on Salisbury.
Both teams have been affected a little bit by SANFL obligations and players resting and coming back into the competition, but should still be a pretty good contest tonight. Not much rain for the last hour or so, and should be pretty good for football. Any players you can talk about from Salisbury that we should be looking at tonight?
There is a few that they've gotten back from Centrals that I think would be a couple to keep an eye on. So number 46, Demi Sonneman. She's a pretty strong unit in the back line. She'd be one for the forward lines to keep an eye on. She's got some good run off the half back as well. Jamie Lee Sonneman, her sister, also the captain of Salisbury, number 28. She's the ruckman of the side and she uses her body very well in the ruck. As well as some of the younger players as well. So there's Latia Wynn. She plays on the wing. She's got some good run out there. Any that we should be watching from Morphetville Park?
Yeah, probably the best ruck in the SANFL, Leah Cutting. I'm looking forward to the ruck battle tonight because I remember watching Jamie Lee and Leah last year battle it out, and there were some pretty tough contests, so it should be interesting tonight. We've also got Lucy Armitage coming back from the Bays, who's had a pretty good season. Cass Hartley makes her debut for Morphetville Park tonight, coming back from the Bays. Melinda Speechley coming back from the Bays as well. So it should be a pretty good contest. Hannah Scholar coming back from the Eagles. Looking forward to seeing what she can do. I actually thought she improved a lot throughout the SANFL, so I'd like to see her try and take it into this competition and get some confidence from that.
Speaking of the ruckmans, I know Jamie Lee's actually got a lot of respect and really looks up to the way that Cutters does play the ruck role. So, yeah, it will be a good competition seeing them take each other on tonight.
I agree. I think the respect's mutual because it's always been a really tough battle between those two. I wouldn't say either of them have edged each other out. Maybe Jamie actually had was there a game at Theberton last year, I think, that she might have edged out Leah, but on the whole, it's just been a really good contest between the two, so let's hope that happens again tonight.
Yep.
Obviously, as I said, there's a few more players for Morphies to come back, but obviously the same for Salisbury, so caught up in the team sheet. Did we see which way everyone was going?
I think Salisbury might be going scoreboard end.
Okay, to the left of the screen, good.
But yeah, speaking of some of the players that are out, we've got 3 girls still out at North playing this Sunday that we're waiting to come back.
Is that including yourself?
I was going to say yes.
Excellent.
I'm one of them. So my name's Paige Allen.
And Jason Farrell. Good luck on the weekend too. I hope it's a cracking contest. You've had a good final series, so let's hope it continues.
Thank you.
Results of the B grade, was that a 4-point, 5-point, 3-point win to Morphies? It was a pretty tight battle, wasn't it?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, okay.
They got some good forward line entries in the last quarter there.
Yeah, it was good, even contest though, I thought. Just on Morphies, Tammy Scott making her coaching debut, which is pretty exciting for her. She's come through the pathway here, coaching the juniors, and she also coaches out at Glenelg, so it's a pretty exciting time for her. I actually think we might have got that wrong. I think Morphies might be kicking to the left of screen.
Yes.
Okay, we're ready to go.
Players are keen. We're just waiting on the siren.
There's no one in there. Do you have anywhere to be? Okay. Still waiting.
The umpire's arm's probably going to go dead.
Can you just go press the button for us, Paige? No, it's all right. Think. I think we've got some action here. I don't think he's concerned about being too quick, but we're just about ready to start. Okay. Got Sarah Wilton, who looks like starting in the ruck for Morphetville Park, and it looks like Leah Cutting's gone forward. Pretty even ruck contest there. Morphy's gone to ground. Going to be important to keep your feet tonight, I think. A little bit slippery.
Yep, the ground balls will be difficult.
Yep.
As well as the aerial ball, though.
Yep. Really good positioning by Jamie Lee at the back of that stoppage there. Well contest.
I believe that may have been a pickup from Renee Richardson.
Okay. Vision is not the greatest on the other side, so we'll do our best.
Who's running? I don't think they've got one.
We've got a stoppage. I think we might see a bit of this tonight.
Definitely, yep. All you can do with wet weather footy is just trying to force the ball up the ground.
Yep. Take some territory and try and lock it in. Well played by Salisbury out there. Cutting had good front spot, but was bumped off the ball really well.
I believe that was Kirsty Williams.
Okay.
She is a first-year player, actually. She's come from a career of basketball, I believe, with the North Adelaide Rockets. So, yeah, very good.
Good pickup.
Body work.
As the rain starts to come down, which will probably make this a little bit challenging. Ball squeezes out. Looks like we've got another stoppage. So Salisbury just got an extra number behind the ball, a couple of numbers behind the ball, which is going to make it problematic for Morphees to get it out, but it doesn't matter. That's a great stoppage. Good work. Hannah Scholar out the back line. Someone's down. Is that a Salisbury player? I think it is.
Yes. Looks like she was bumped off the ball after her disposal.
Okay, we're just going to stop play. Have a bit of structure fall to the ball by Morphetville Park, which is good to see. But it looks like some mids or something for Salisbury, just pulling their players out outside the forward line. Okay. Not sure she's in a good way still. Is there any wind advantages at this ground normally? Does it blow any particular way?
It normally does blow across the ground, so towards
Okay.
the scoreboard.
Yep. And we're back.
But the ground does tend to be a little bit harder on the far wing, so
Okay.
the side that it's on now, so it's a lot easier to get a run on with it over on that side.
Okay. Being a running player, that's where you play? Is that your side?
Yes,
Excellent.
yes.
I think Laura Isaac's just got that ball. Donna's kicked it forward. Good spot by Salisbury player there.
I think that was Claire Berry.
Very good positioning. That was clever. Probably a bit of a throw, but umpire was blindsided. There's some good pressure out there. I think the team that's the cleanest and keeps their feet the most will probably get control of this game.
Good mark there by Shannon Murphy.
I agree, it wasn't called. Not sure if it was touched off the boot. Good spot, great kick. Oh, big hit. Not sure who did that. Lucy Armitage, I think.
She's got Caitlin Byrne with the ball at the moment. She'll be looking for a long entry into the 50.
Great kick. Probably just needed some players set forward of that. Come up a bit too high.
Oh, good mark.
So they created some space to lead into, which was really good by Salisbury there. And kick out of bounds. Yeah, Salisbury's still got some extra numbers outside their 50, which is going to make it really hard for Morphetville Park to get the ball out. That's a good exit. Drop mark by Donna. Good pick up and kick.
Got a very strong last line of defence, Morphetville Park.
Salisbury just keep pressing, keep pressing.
Good, Nixie.
It's probably a very different ground size to Morphettville's home ground.
Yeah, the pasty, they call it. This is nice and long here.
Yes, yep.
Which is good for someone like you, I guess, that has a fair bit of space to run into.
No, it is. It's always been difficult, Kellett Reserve. It's one wing's very short and the other wing's very wide.
Yeah. The wings don't look so wide here, though?
Yes, yeah.
So it's fairly narrow, would you say?
Yeah, a little bit. I think it is one of the bigger grounds in the Adelaide Footy League competition.
Okay. Another stoppage, just half forward for Salisbury. Sonneman used the body really well there, and they had players at the back of that stoppage.
Big kick there from Kaylee Pearson, I believe. She's a new addition this year as well.
Oh, good, your eyes are better than mine. Right, free kick for out of bounds.
I didn't climb up there, it's really far up.
Great attack of the football. Not sure who that was. Punch by a scholar. Ball over the back. Leah Cutting's come up the ground. Not sure if she's moved away into the ruck or she's chasing the footy a little bit. Oh, that's a good mark. I think that might be Olivia Evans. That might be Sarah Wilton. She's the other ruck. Kick off one step. Outnumber there for Morphies. Salisbury have done well though. Just got to be careful with that handball back like that you hit the target.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, love you, bye.
Lots of numbers around the ball.
Well, I don't know what I was writing here.
Great smother.
Out of there.
There's Lucy Armitage. She runs away with the ball. Good work.
Good tackle
Great
there by
tackle.
Claire Berry. Despite her size, she's a very physical player.
I think that was against Tessa Cone, who's first year of football as well. A very dour contest at the moment.
Good use of the body there.
I really like what Salisbury are doing behind the stoppages. They're getting some extra numbers, and this has just come off the interchange bench and impacted at the back.
Kaylee Pearson kicking into the 50. Just intercepted there.
Great by Laura Isaac. Good spot. She was in front of her opponent. Just missed the target, but got an outnumber here. Cass Hartley. Salisbury just seem to have extra numbers everywhere at the moment. I think that was out of bounds on the full. So if they can just keep play over here, we might be able to explain who the players are.
Yes.
Good kick. That's Hartley to Evans, sorry.
Considering the dewy ground, they're doing very well with the marking of the ball.
Agreed. Salisbury again setting up behind the contest really, really well. Now they've got extra numbers forward of the contest. So what we've got here is Morphies really need to be a bit more accountable. So who's just got that free kick?
Claudia Cavallero.
Okay, she just didn't get past the mark, back past the mark enough. I think she tried to break the tackle. Bad luck. Liked her second effort there.
Seems to be a bit of an unfortunate one that happens sometimes in female football. Not pushing far back enough from the mark.
Yep. You just have to train it, don't you?
Yes. Yep.
Good intercept mark.
That was Kimmy Fry. She's come from Central.
Central. She actually made the Sandford Team of the Year, I believe.
Yes. Yeah, that's right.
Good front spot by Hartley. I've got another stoppage. I don't know about you, but I'll be pretty excited when we get a goal.
Oh, yeah.
Good work, Lucy Armitage.
Whoa.
And good
Good
hands.
pressure at the stoppage.
A lot of loose players here. Good pick up. Pretty sure that was Olivia Evans, picked it up then and kicked it. Well set up behind the ball by Salisbury. Karamos just fumbled the ball.
Danny Woods has bombed that one down towards Salisbury's forward 50.
That's a great kick.
Taken on by Shannon Murphy.
Morphy's going to have to work hard to get this back because that was a really good fast break. Just that one kick can open up the play really, really well.
Exactly.
Chloe Karamos just there, kicked it. Good mark by Leah Cutting. Chloe was with Norwood until she was a little bit ill. She had a pretty good pre-season. Was that a push in the back?
Yep.
Bit unlucky. It's Taylor scalping. Livy Evans has been getting a little bit of the footy for Morphies.
Left footer, by the looks of it as well. That's always handy in a footy team.
Absolutely. Good positioning there by, who was that on Leah Cutting?
I believe that might be Kirsty Williams again.
Yeah, just took front spot. That's a great kick. Just not sure who's playing in the ruck at the moment for Morphies. Sonneman to get free there. That's over the back.
Good run forward.
That's over the back
Good
again.
body work.
Yep.
This is Georgia Mee.
Bad luck.
Very unlucky with the bounce.
Still in play. Just the ball getting over the back can be very dangerous at this level. At any level for that matter.
Especially Adelaide Footy League doesn't have the anti-density rule like the Sample
Yeah.
Women's League did. That
Yeah.
was definitely created a little less space on the field.
Yes. Did you like the anti-density?
I can't say I was the biggest fan of it. I think
Okay.
it was a bit restrictive. I think it
Yep.
was an extra thing to worry about that I think we probably didn't need to.
Yep.
I get the idea behind it to create space in the game, but
Yep.
it kind of did feel a bit like netball.
Yep, with the zone.
Yeah.
Yep. Chloe Karamostis was good then, attacking the footy and kicking it 30 metres down the ground for another stoppage. And this is the matchup we've been waiting for, I think, in the ruck. Jamie Lee got her handball out there and excellent work.
Whoa, good kick there. Just across the face of the goals. Shannon Murphy, I think that was.
See the whole, probably can't see it on the screen, I'm not sure, but the whole field shifts across to this side of the ball, creating space on the outside. And that's probably not a great kick. Laura Isaac, she's played 3 games for Glenelg this year. It's her first year of football.
Wow.
Okay. Free kick for out of bounds. Good contest. Cutter should have held that. I guess the rain's probably making it harder, but
Yes.
she got to a really good spot then.
Good handball over the top, Kimmy Fry. Whoa.
Intercept by Cass Hartley. It's a good deep entry, probably just a bit too wide, I think, for it to be dangerous.
Morphe's just seems to be getting front of the ball a bit quicker than Salisbury at the moment.
I think what's happening is up in Salisbury's forward line that's happening, but the opposite's happening down the other end where
Yes.
Salisbury are getting in front. So also looks to be a +1 for both sides, so it's making it easy.
Ooh.
Great kick. There's that handball out the back. Cass Hartley used her experience there.
Cass played out at Glenelg as well, didn't she?
Yeah, she's a
Yes.
Glenelg captain. She's been there since it started. She's a bit of an icon out at the club. She's Christie's Beach previous to now, so this is her first year here. Yeah, I think she moved. She bought a house in Morphetville, so it's a lot closer to home for her rather than having to travel that way. Fun facts for those at home. Great front and centre. Just peppering here. Good tackle by Chloe Karamostis, and Cutters is there to help her. Leah Cutting. Good, another stoppage. Just think Salisbury need to go a little bit more direct.
Yes.
Seem to be just not quite got the radar on going forward at the moment.
There's a little bit of overuse of the handball as well, being in the inside 50.
Yep,
Sometimes you just need to get it on the boot.
correct. And it's out.
Good tackle there.
Another stoppage. First score wins, is that what we're looking for? Or?
Just seems to be that pocket. They're struggling to get
Yeah,
out of that area.
kick off the ground. It's a bit risky there, back into the corridor. Good positioning by that Salisbury player. Soccering might be the way with the rain coming down now,
Yes. Demi Sonneman following up the ball there.
though. Keeping her feet, I like that. It's not going to be the easiest thing to pick up the football with the rain coming down. Lots of air swings. It's coming down a bit heavy now. We've got someone coming off with an injury for Salisbury.
That's Danny Woods.
Looks like
it
an
might
ankle.
be. Yeah. So Hannah Pavlovich will come on to replace her.
She was forward, was she?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a bit dangerous. So I think it's probably good for you to be sitting in the stands right now rather than out there.
I don't mind a bit of wet weather footy, but it's something to transition to when you've come from playing through summer.
Yeah,
I think it was against Glenelg actually, and we played in about 37 degree heat or something.
yeah, while the sun was still out.
Oh,
It was pretty dangerous, wasn't it?
yeah.
Was that another soccering free?
I think it might have been.
A bit too deep, that kick. Nearly took a mark. Good contest there. The end of the first quarter, so no score to both teams. Ball was probably down Salisbury's end for about 70% of the contest. Any good players so far for Salisbury?
Yeah, as mentioned, I think Jamie Lee's doing very well in her ruck position, taking some good overhead marks and setting up some good plays there. Danny Woods will probably be a bit of a loss to the forward lines, having come off from the injury. Hopefully it's nothing too serious. But yeah, apart from that, some of the smaller players as well, like Claire Barry and Kaylee Pearson, they've been very good around the midfield.
Yeah, some of the better players for Morphies were Lucy Armitage started well. Renee Roberts got into the game a little bit. Olivia Evans was pretty good with the left foot. Cass Hartley did some good things in the back line, as did Chloe Karamostris. And with that, the rains nearly stopped. Players are breaking down in their lines. What do you think the message is for Salisbury? What do you think they need to be working on in the next quarter?
I'm thinking Richard would be telling us right now to be in front of our players to get ahead of the play, get more of that first ball touch in the forward lines.
Yep.
It's probably something we're lacking at the moment. But aside from that, I think considering like the conditions of the ground, I think they're doing reasonably well.
Winning the territory battle, just not cashing in.
Yeah,
Probably just their direction with the ball going forward, perhaps, as well.
yeah.
Try and be a bit more dangerous and open up the goals a bit. If I was coaching Morphetville right now, I'd be just making sure they're a little bit more accountable around contestant stoppages. Salisbury look to be really good at feeding the ball out the back, and I know that the conditions probably aren't conducive to it, but they're getting so free that it doesn't really matter. So they probably just need to be a lot more accountable around the contest and try and even that up. Looks a little bit like a rugby scrum where one team's on one side and one team's on the other. So
as mentioned before as well, probably a lot of the players from both of the sides would be used to playing in the summer conditions. Bit of the, harder ground, drier ground. You can play that long down the line sort of football, but it's always a lot trickier once the ground is wet.
yeah. Did you play in any wet games for North this year?
Not off the top of my head. The most difficult was probably down at South, the wind down there.
Yeah.
There's always one end of the ground that's just that bit stronger than the others, being so close down by the beach and stuff. But yeah, apart from that, I don't think any conditions were too extreme, apart from of course the heat.
The heat, yeah. And so obviously for a lot of these players, might be their first exposure for the season in these conditions. So probably just going to have to make some adjustments around that as well.
Yeah, that's right.
Whilst the rain's stopped now, it'd still be fairly wet underfoot, and the ball will be like a cake of soap. Stand by what I said earlier. The team that keeps their feet and is cleaner will probably cash in this game. At the
Most
moment,
definitely.
looks like Salisbury are probably doing that a little bit better. It's a pretty good crowd here for a Sawful game.
Yeah, we normally get a pretty good turnout. I think we normally get our C, B, and A grade men's that play beforehand, and then the B grade women and the A grade women. So yeah, a lot of them normally stick around and watch all of the games.
Did the men play today?
I believe so. Yes.
Okay, as the players are just about ready to get in position. What you usually see in games like this is a team will control the game, not cash in, and then somehow the ball ends up the other end and they end up kicking a goal. So I think the first couple of minutes here will be pretty important for Salisbury because they probably should have had some scoreboard going their way.
Definitely, it would have helped with a bit of scoreboard pressure, but we'll see what happens here, and yeah, hopefully we get a bit more action on the scoreboard.
Outside of that, though, I think in the contest was pretty good. There were some pretty good hard tackles, tackle the footy. I imagine that's not going to drop off anytime soon.
See if we get a bit of a quicker start on the siren this quarter as well.
Doing a bit of overtime tonight. Leah cutting into the ruck.
Good body work.
Yeah, great use of her body. It's a good messy clearance, but got the ball going forward there, Morphies. Looks like we're bound for another stoppage. Okay. Salisbury, like Morphe's, kept a bit of structure forward of the contest here, which is good. That's a great pickup. Not sure who that was though, but probably an opportunity to kick instead of a forward handball.
Yeah, you want to push the ball as far forward as you can.
Yep.
In games like these, especially with such a long ground as well.
Yeah, you just got to take territory. Tackled without the ball.
I think that is a free kick to Claudia Cavallero, I think.
Okay. To kick into the middle. That's a very good kick. It's risky in these conditions, but Salisbury player got good front position and nearly took a mark. Would have opened it up a little bit. Morphy's making a change already. Another stalemate.
Just held in there by Jamie Lee Sonneman. I think she was wrapped up by Leah Cutting.
Good work by Jamie Lee then. She got front position and dug deep and didn't get pushed off the ball like she did last time in the first stoppage of the game. So it's a big kick. It's over the back.
I think Renee Richardson might be paddling that one forward. Sorry, Hannah Pavlovich. It is quite hard to see on that side of the wing.
I'll forgive you. Forward handball. So in this situation, Morphy's picked up the ball there. It's still live, actually. Thought the umpire was going to call a stoppage. What would you be looking to do? You pick up the ball?
If I was
If you were in that
Morphy's
situation
position,
for Morphy's, yeah.
Yeah, I'd be wanting to pick up the ball and kick long down the line, just
Yep.
try and get it out of there, especially in the pockets. It can definitely get
Yep. So you
quite
would
congested.
have put the handball away?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, just straight on the boot.
Yep.
And then just follow up, try and get some numbers down the ground.
Yep. I'm just writing these tips down, thanks. I think Leah Cutting's pushed back to help out the defence. She's going for the switch. That's pretty brave. Chloe Karamostis, handballed out. She dived on the ball, got it out. Lucy Armitage with the tackle. So the holding the ball decisions here are probably a little bit slacker than what the sample was.
Yes.
How did you find them?
I thought it was good. It did kind of get the game.
Hold on.
Oh,
And that's a goal. Great
there we
snap.
go.
Sorry I distracted you there, but
that's all right.
I didn't see that coming. That's a great goal. Snap out of a pack. Good work, Salisbury. Now I need you to find out the player. No pressure.
I did see Aisha Thomas. I think
Okay.
it might have come off her boot, but
Well, there are a few people getting around her.
that's what I was also trying to look for. I
Okay.
think it might have been her, but
Okay.
I'm sure I'll get a roasting for it when I've got it wrong.
You can blame me, all right? Give 'em my number. Can we see some more? I think that switch was a little bit risky.
Definitely.
Probably needed to be more to grass for a player to run onto it, but on the same token, I don't mind rather than the contest that we've been having. So it's opened up the scoring. Good attack, Lucy Armitage. Got a high.
It can be a bit deceiving as well with the space on the ground.
Yep.
You think there is more, I suppose, more space there than there actually is.
Good work for Emily Williams from Morphe's there to get in front of her opponent. But here we go on the outside again.
And a soccer there from Caitlin Byrne.
Great decision.
Oh, very good kick. Just couldn't get her hands to it, Samantha
No.
Kelly. She's followed up well though.
Bad luck. Was that a push in the back?
I think so, yes.
Yeah, I think Laura Isaac was probably going to ground, so pretty unlucky there.
Oh,
What do we call it here, 25 metres?
yeah.
Okay, coming over the mark. Laura Isaac probably did play on, but the umpire didn't call it, so have to play to the whistle.
That's it. You've got to be very strict on the field.
Yep. And this is the contest we want.
Ooh. Very good tackle there.
Somebody did really well to hold Leah Cutting out of the ball then, but Cutter's second effort was really, really good. They just made sure each other was all right there, which I liked.
Straight out of the contest. Pick up there by Kaylee Pearson.
Does seem to be opening up a little bit now. Good pick up by Celestina Donna. Head over the ball, we'll get rewarded for that. Lots of numbers forward of the ball here.
Ooh.
Good positioning. set for another stoppage. Free kick to Morphe's there. Not sure what that was for. It's probably a little bit too far away for us, but
Sure, Morphe's will be wanting to use this to get a quick entry into their forward 50.
it's a very good kick. And a good lead by someone from Morphe's. A quicker entry. I think that was Laura Isaac that's picked that up and kicked it in.
It's always a bit risky to soccer out of the defensive 50.
Agreed. There's a good tackle by Cass Hartley. Looks like they've pushed her forward. She might be trying to sniff a goal. Off her trusty left. And that's Kaylee Bacholka, who plays a fair bit of B's footy, but she's filled in a few times for A-grade at Morphe's. She's a pretty crafty forward, likes to kick goals.
So we've got Laura Miller with the ball now, kicking across to...
An outnumber, 3v2.
Oh, that one hasn't paid off, unfortunately.
I think it might have now.
It's a good tackle there by Claire Berry.
Kick to an outnumber there, but great follow-up.
Is that Jamie Lee Sonneman?
Yeah, it looked like it. Leah cutting. Good quick by Donna. That's a great kick by Leah.
Oh.
Cass Hartley. She'll be sniffing a goal here. She'll be pretty keen. Similar spot, I reckon, a few years ago she kicked a goal for Christie's Beach to win the grand final.
Oh,
yeah,
there
she
you go.
sent me the footage, so I think it's very similar. Oh, it's just hung out to dry on the left. Hasn't made the distance.
Oh.
And we're just going across the goals.
I think it's always got to be more of a centering kick from that position, being
Agreed.
so close to goal.
Yep, it wasn't a check side, it wasn't going to change angle, but it was always going to be a difficult kick. But persisting with this kicking across, trying to switch it out this side. Morphe's just got a little bit of control in the forward half here at the moment.
Good pressure there. Kick by Demi Sonneman to Hannah Pavlovich.
It's a good kick, she's looking inside. Great kick.
To Demi, she's played on. Got Claudia Cavallero,
Oh,
good
nice.
use.
It's Tessa Cone who just handballed the ball out the back.
Ooh, good to keep that one inside.
Seem to be coughing up the ball a little bit under pressure back here.
Very good pressure from Morphe on the wing here.
Sonneman, good kick.
Shannon Murphy with the ball, handballs to Georgia Mee.
Bad luck. Really like that passage of play. Dangerous kick to a degree, kicking on the inside there, centre half forward, but got a 2v1, used it to their advantage, ended up having a shot at goal. Mel Speechley's just coming off the bench for Morphe's. Couldn't quite get that mark. We seem to be trying to keep the ball in play a fair bit more now. And that's
Oh, good take there. Samantha Kelly.
a little bit unlucky, but it's not where you want to kick the football. And that's a great kick.
I believe it is Shannon Murphy with the ball now.
Shin range.
I think it might be the top end of her range, but I would back her to kick it.
You're going to back her, are you?
Yeah.
No pressure. All of Australia's watching now, so we'll see how good a judge you are. She's pretty confident. Great kick. Oh, bad luck.
Fortunately, just drifted across to the left. Salisbury be wanting to lock this one in now.
Yeah, you'll find now that not sure if Salisbury are rolling up. We've got all the players in half of the ground at the moment. Whether that's not normally the opposition forwards that would be doing that, but got a bit of a press or some sort of defensive mechanism going on here. Morphy's going to find it very hard to get it out from here. No one wanted that ball. And when you
Shannon Murphy's picked that one up. Oh, drifted across the left again.
Salisbury just peppering here.
I think they've got more time than they think they do. They're just panicking a little bit in the forward 50.
Yeah, so, and that's why voice is really important at any level of football, but particularly this one, because there is a lot of perceived pressure out there and a lot of inexperience as well, and the best thing you can do is help your teammate with letting them know what's going on.
That was Amber James under the ball just there. I think she was the player that went down earlier, so it's good to see her back out on the field.
Good, good. Natalie Hadjikostas just put her head over the footy there and got a... No, she gave away a free kick. She got a free kick. She gave away a free kick. There we go.
This is Amber James's first game of A grade tonight.
Wow. What would you have instructed her to do better there?
Probably push back further off
Yep.
the mark and just try and, I suppose, hit maybe full forward on a lead
Yep.
or...
So you're saying she was a bit out of range?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Salisbury got good numbers behind here, but just gone with a handball back into a nest of Morphy's players. Good tackle. It's a fierce contest now. This is a good opportunity now for Morphees to get some structure forward of the ball. Yeah, they need to be pushing back a lot further than what they are. Sonneman, good use of the body.
Oh, brilliant mark there. Amber James again.
So just gotten off the leash a little bit. And there we go. That's a good kick.
I think she's kicked that to Laura Miller. Amy Miller, sorry.
Close.
Laura's her sister.
She in range?
I believe so. Whoa.
Hung it out to dry. Yep, she was in range.
Looks like we'll be needing to practice a few sets of training.
Goal kicking goals is gold at this in the female game, no question. AFLW all the way down. So
Yeah.
often you see teams, and you look at what Norwood did in the final against you guys, where they kicked 10 points.
I think
Great
Aisha
goal.
Thomas has snagged one there.
Excellent.
That was a brilliant play.
That's good reward for the pressure and ball that Salisbury are winning forward to centre there. They're getting what they deserve at the moment. Probably a couple more goals is what they would be looking for, though. A bit unlucky with that. But as I was saying, at every level of female footy at the moment, we need to be really working on that goal kicking, I think, because Norwood will probably be kicking themselves against you guys.
Yes, yes. It was very fortunate for us, but
Well,
yeah.
yes and no. You create your own luck by the chances you take.
That's
So
true. Yes, I do think some of the what's the word? Credit does need to go to our back lines as well. We do have quite a strong back lines that put on some good pressure.
yep. Often scoring shots not always a reflection of shots at goal either. It can
That's
be
right.
a fair bit of pressure, taking them wide, rush behinds.
Oh,
Wow.
bit unlucky there.
Yep. We won't talk about that. Melinda Speechley with the free kick. Good contest.
Good pressure there.
Oh,
Handball out to Kirsty
Is that-
Williams.
Salisbury got some space. Lucy Armitage just trailing her play there. She just needed to get in front.
Oh,
That's a good contest. Both had eyes for their ball, I think.
Morphy's getting a bit more run in the centre now.
Just need a bit more polish with the ball. Salisbury got extra numbers out this far side here, and the ball didn't sit up.
Kimmy Fry just getting ahead of the ball there.
Mel Speechley got a bit of the ball. She's been in the ruck. Fumble there just cost Seldonna.
I think we might be up for another stoppage.
So we could have 20 players around the ball right now.
Good smother there by Claire Berry.
Lucy Armitage with the good run out of the stoppage and the tackle. Salisbury played down. I think she was hurt by that tackle. Good spot.
There's Laura Miller.
In front of her opponent by about 10 metres.
Oh, good job for keeping it in front there, Hannah Pavlovich.
Great pick up.
There is Aisha Thomas.
That was very clever to handball the ball then. It would have been easy to kick, but Morphetville Park had Hannah Scholar spare down the line, so and they've just got the ball past her, which is good. Looking dangerous here.
Claudia Cavallero with the kick, but I think...
Yeah.
Is it Morphettville's
Yeah.
free kick?
Yep, not sure why. Lucy Armitage, Seldonna, teammates at Glenelg.
That was a good handball there by Cass Hartley.
Thanks for that. I was just looking at the sheet to find another player there. Bridget Ramsey, I think.
And
No, there's a bit of premature celebration in the crowd here. It was just a point. Or maybe they're cheering because Morphees have actually scored now. Really good passage of play.
was, yes.
Good transition from the back line into the forward line. Something Lucy Armitage, if she can get involved in the game, a lot more of that will happen. Morphe's players just got sucked into the contest there.
Oh. Amy Miller, good attack on the ball.
That was holding the ball at Sanford level, I think.
Yes, yeah. You always had to make an intent to be getting up to do something with the footy.
There we go, half time. Quickly want to run through the best players so far for Salisbury.
I think Aisha Thomas has really stepped up in the forward lines there, getting us a couple goals on the board. That's always helpful. Amy Miller's also creating some space in the forward lines there, doing well with some run on.
For Morphe's, Leah Cutting, Lucy Armitage, Mel Speechley started getting into the game. Laura Isaac did some good things. Cass Hartley did some good things forward. So the score at half time is 2-3 to Salisbury to 1 behind Morphetville Park. Welcome back to the second half. I think we're going to see a flood of goals now. A little bit of rain falling down.
I also owe an apology to Latia Huynh. She kicked the first goal of the game.
You did your research. Well done. Salisbury get the clearance out the middle. That's a very good handball by Hannah Scholar down at the back. Good spoil by Leah Cutting.
Good pick up there, Caitlin Byrne.
Good kick. Probably should have marked that. Hannah Scholar, but she spoiled. And I think the ball's probably got a bit of water on it now. One thing I've noticed is I think the sample players are probably keeping their feet in this game, but the ones that aren't as experienced to that level, because obviously the holding the ball was quite stricter at sample level. So I think as this season goes on, I'm hoping we kind of get to see the same where the players are keeping their feet more.
Definitely, yeah.
That's a very good pick up. Okay, drag to ground. And I'm pretty sure that is Sarah Wilton. Morphy's ruck.
Ooh.
It's a good lead by Lucy Armitage, and it's a pretty good kick as well. I think she's gone to ground there. Yep, she's in a bit of trouble. We'll talk about that later, Lucy.
I think that might be Kimmy Fry with the ball. Good kick down the line.
Great kick.
Brilliant mark there, Amber James. Doing well in her first game A grade.
Good kick.
I think that might be Shannon Murphy with the ball.
Might be a free kick there to Hannah Scholar. Had good front spot.
Again, Morphe's are doing well with that front position in their defensive 50.
Yeah. That's a good pick up. So that might have been Laura Isaac. Just let the ball out. That is an excellent
Very
pick up
good
also.
pick up. That's Aisha Thomas, I believe.
Excellent. Oh no, he didn't call it good. She was tackled to the ground. That was a great pick up. Salisbury got a spare number at the back of this contest.
Ooh.
And
That was
there's-
some good follow-up pressure there, sorry, from Leah Cutting.
Thanks, I was just looking at the setup behind the ball there. You saved me, thanks. Morphy's got the ball going forward here. It's just contest to contest. I reckon that might be Lucy Armitage in there again too. And another stoppage. So Salisbury got the most deepest play here without an opponent. It's quite a smart move in a dangerous spot. We've just got a holding the ball decision. Leah Cutting. Not sure if she ended up finishing on top of the tackles in the sample, but she was leading it for quite a while. So, and a great kick. Yep, throw. Good call. Not sure who that was over there. And we're using that spare player here.
Ooh.
And clever. It was bad luck. I like the idea though, spare
Yes.
player. Now we're running and playing on. Good.
Hannah Pavlovic just been knocked out of the competition.
Natalie Hadjikostas just won that contest there and got the ball forward. Worked a lot of time in the off season on her skills, played mainly C grade last year, so she's getting a taste of it at this level. Oh, bad luck, just lost her feet there. Looks a bit slippery out in the middle. Good kick by Leah Cutting. I'd like to tell you who that's to, but I'm not sure. That's Mel Speechley out there, playing forward. Good leading, presenting to the footy. Ball goes out and we've got a free kick. kick down the line. Leah Cutting. Bad luck.
She does very, very well in the ruck, but she's very dangerous around the ground as well.
Yeah, she's good marking. She sets up well behind the ball. Got long arms.
Obviously, good pressure with a high tackle count.
Yeah, that's right. Sometimes I think she just knocked it to the ground so she could tackle someone and get her stats up. She's a great player. Salisbury got the ball here.
I think that is Amber James. The long sleeve always makes it a bit easier to identify.
Seems to be more long sleeves being worn this year, so it'll be interesting to see. What are you going to be rocking, a sleeveless or a long sleeve?
Definitely the sleeveless. I'm not a fan of the long sleeve.
Morphy's got it deep. It's not very dangerous though. And it's a free kick. It must have gone out of bounds. If that car could just turn their lights off over there, we might be able to see a little bit better.
Now, would you go the check side here or centre it?
I would, because you don't get your name in the paper unless you're kicking goals. No, I would have centred that. What would you have done?
I don't mind a sneaky check side, but at this point in the game, I probably would have tried to centre at the top of the square somewhere.
Yep. I mean, when you've got someone like Leah Cutting that can take a good contested mark, that's probably what I'd be looking for. Even Mel Speechley's a pretty good mark as well. That's a great kick.
Wow, very good kick.
Do you like the new kicking rules?
I do, yes. Yes, I think it definitely opens up the play a bit more.
Yep. Hasn't seemed to have done that at the AFL men's level, but I certainly think at this level and also AFL, Sanford women's, it opened up the game a lot as well. Got a free kick for a throw, illegal disposal, whatever they want to call it. Seldonna. That's a big kick. Salisbury outnumbered there.
It's a good fend off. Just
Mel Speechley smothered that. Morphy's a peppering. Salisbury just seemed to be a bit cleaner at ground level in their back half there. I think Morphy's just need to work a little bit harder to lock that footy in their forward line. It's just rebounding out a little bit too easy.
they're definitely looking dangerous in their half though.
It's good front and centre there. And out of bounds. Whilst Morphys aren't locking it in deep, Salisbury just having trouble getting out of their half at the moment. So these are the times we talked about earlier where you need to cash in when you've got this sort of momentum. Someone like that kick.
Got a free kick. I think it might be Morphetville Parks.
Everyone's... No, I don't think so. I think it's Salisbury.
Sorry.
Great kick. Salisbury actually using the shorter kick a lot better now. Just controlling the football. Another one.
There we go. Amber James to Shannon Murphy. They've both been presenting well up on the wing with their leads.
So that short kick, short 45, is really good when there's lots of numbers forward of the ball. You just need players leading into that space and get control of the game and take some territory. We've got a switch going on here. That's brave. Phoebe Roberts got to the ball, I think.
Good paddle forward there, Demi Sonneman.
Oh, yep. Bad luck. Not sure she got her right in the back, but it was enough.
Yep. Free kick there to Amy Miller. Ooh.
Good spot. It was a very good mark. Jessica George. Morphys really need to hold that ball there because we've got some spare Salisbury players.
Oh, bit of a hesitation there. Good follow-up though.
Lucy Armitage probably just needed to not cough the ball up on the inside there.
Uh-oh.
It's a good contest, Hannah Scholar. Ooh, handball out. That's a dangerous spot. Salisbury got some numbers.
On the boot, Hannah Pavlovich.
It's a good mark. Is
Good
that
positioning.
Hannah Scholar again? Leah cutting down the line. Brought it forward. Certainly a good contest, a good option presenting forward for anyone trying to bring the ball out the back line. Salisbury pressure's good here though. Good tackle. Lucy Armitage on Jamie Lee Sonneman.
I think a lot of the players are trying to get the ball on the boot and trying to get it to roll forward, but I think the ball's at that point where it's that waterlogged that's just not gonna move on the ground.
I think you're right. That's a good mark.
That is Amy Miller again.
Probably, you reckon she can kick this?
I think she can.
Okay.
Yeah.
You were pretty good last time from a distance point of view.
Oh, a bit close to the mark
I
there.
think she's got it though. No.
I was going to say if anyone gets a goal out of that, it'll be Shannon Murphy. I think she featured in a few of the Spacequake highlights last year from last season.
She'll be back there again.
Very
by
tricky
the looks
with
of
the
it.
ball, yeah.
Yep. And like we discussed earlier, team has momentum like Morphe's did, just wasn't able to cash in. And Salisbury get it up the other end and bang, there we go. That hurts. It looked like the Morphe's players, particularly deep there, weren't covering off on their players, so probably made that easier for someone. As soon as they were clean with the ball, they would get an easy shot. Good second effort by Leah Cutting there.
I think Amy Miller's been moved up to play on ball.
What do we got there?
Free kick there to Latia Quinn.
It's a big kick.
Ooh.
Just another Dow contest.
Holding the ball, I think.
She did actually dive on it.
Yes.
I think that's Bridget Ramsey. That's a good mark.
Oh, good take there, Samantha Kelly. Samantha Kelly is one of our under 18 players.
She's doing very well. Just need someone to be clean here. Salisbury just got the numbers. Morphe's just seemed to be content to stand outside that and watch it. Salisbury going in and getting the ball, which is...
Ooh, good tackle there.
I think that Morphe's player was a bit lucky there. She elected to go to ground.
Oh, good spoil there, Jamie Lee Sonneman. Cutter
there's
still
the
managed to get it
turnover.
on the boot.
Hannah Scholar's just let that get behind her, but she got to it first. Good.
Smart kick.
Kick to grass. Salisbury look like they've got two players that are going to get there first though. Yeah, pushing the back. It's a risky kick, but Salisbury got the outnumber.
Kimmy Fry with the pick up to Amber James. Just lacking that player in front in the forward lines at the moment.
That's a good
Pick up
paddle
there
out. Here we
to
go.
Jamie Lee Sonneman. Can she finish it off? Ooh, is that Cutters on the line?
She's kicked it to her counterpart. Good kick. Tail escaping.
So I think we're at 3-3 Salisbury to 3 Morphetville. 3 points, sorry.
Yes. Salisbury seem to be right on top here at the moment. Bit of a captain obvious comment, I know, but Morphe's just seem to be very loose and unaccountable here, and there we go. Another one. Morphe's going to have to try and do something to try and change this momentum.
Now, I believe that may have been Kaylee Pearson. She played out at Modbury for a few years and has been at Norwood for 2 years, I believe.
Okay. Good pick up.
Yes, definitely.
And she wouldn't be playing if you didn't beat him last week, is that what you're saying?
I always actually got matched up against her when we played Modbury back in under 18s. She's quite a zippy little player.
Probably one of the quickest teams in the Sawful, I think, Salisbury, on the outside, and you've just added some more pace to it.
Yeah.
Very good.
We've got quite a young side, which I think will definitely benefit in the years to come if we can stick together and get used to how we all play.
Yeah. Good for the future, that's for sure. Another stoppage. There's a lot more accountability behind the ball here at the moment for Morphies. Good tap by Cutting to Donna. It's kicked to grass. Those players have just got to keep their feet, I think.
Ooh, smart kick.
I think that was Lucy Armitage. No, it wasn't.
Very good run and kick out the 50 there.
Got a quick handball. Oh, no, called it holding the ball.
It's always good to see players take on the game. It always opens it up a bit, makes it a bit exciting.
Either way, you get it forward or you get a free kick against you, and it goes either way, doesn't it?
Exactly, yeah.
So, kick straight to Chloe Karamostis. It's gone out of bounds, okay. That was Cutters that got the hit. Salisbury player went to ground.
Good pick up. Claudia Cavallero just couldn't get it.
So Morphy's just let that player come up to stoppage and peeled back. Oh, that's a big contest.
Good attack on the ball there.
Good work, both the players.
Claire Berry with the ball, kicks it down the line. Shannon Murphy just sitting behind her player.
That's a very good mark. Renee Roberts. And a great kick to Leah Cutting.
You can't leave her alone in the centre of the ground.
And a pretty good kick forward, and it's got over the back. And that's Lucy Armitage.
Some good pressure there.
It was a good tackle by the Salisbury player. Just didn't let her go.
That was a very good exit there by Salisbury.
Oh, well done. That was courageous. Jess George got a quick kick out there. Hannah Scholar. It's got behind.
Shannon Murphy pressure. Good follow-up. Brilliant work.
Great work.
She'll
Kicked
follow
it
it
to
up.
grass. Alyssa Defoe did really well then. Really well. 2v1 Salisbury. It was a great transition and a really good forward entry. Just went to ground, I think, and needed to keep the feet.
Very good follow-up as well by Shannon Murphy.
Nadia Hadjikostas, good.
Even with an entry like that, even just a little soccer out the side or a tap out the side from the full forward,
Yeah, it would have been
would
nice.
just be enough to get it to space
You
and
could
go.
see she tried to do that, but unfortunately
Yeah.
by going to ground, it was not able to execute. So here at three-quarter time, I think it's 4-3 to 3 behind, Salisbury in front.
Yeah.
Better players for Salisbury?
Shannon Murphy, I think, has definitely stepped up in that quarter there, as well as Hannah Pavlovich. She's doing pretty well getting the ball out of the back lines.
Okay, and Leah Cutting had a pretty good quarter then, I thought. Morphetville Park took some good marks around the ground. Lucy Armitage got a bit of the ball. Seldonna got a little bit of the footy around the ball. And looking at the sheet here, that might be about it. So if you're the Salisbury coach, you're in a pretty good spot. The fact is the opposition haven't kicked a goal. So would you be thinking about next week, or are you still wanting to bury Morphetville Park?
You can't get ahead of yourself, especially I suppose like you've still got another quarter to play, and early in the season, you've just got to do what you can to kind of set your place in the competition. So no, I definitely don't think you'll be telling anyone to take their foot off the gas.
Wouldn't be resting any players, just continue to go like they're going?
I think everything will pretty much stay unchanged. There's
Okay,
if it's not broke, you don't need to fix it.
True. I think Morphetville Park need to really be a little bit more accountable around the contest, similar to what I think we were talking about previous in the game. Salisbury really getting a run on, getting the ball out into space, and I think if you allow Salisbury to do that with their running, like we talked about, it's going to be hard to contain them. So they've got to be better in the contest and limit how the ball's coming out.
Is there any players from Morphetville Park that you've got out at the moment due to injury or anything, or?
That's a great question. I'm not actually at Morphetville Park anymore, so I can't tell you that. I think there is a couple of knees. I'm not too sure of the players, but I did hear some whispers of that. But obviously, as we said earlier, it's probably mainly impacted by the SANFL commitments at the moment. So fielding the teams at the moment is a bit of a challenge for them with the overlapping competitions. And not only that, players coming back are probably managing themselves a bit better. So the fact is they're not going to come back and play every game. If they're not quite right, they'll rest, and that's something that needs to be looked at as well. And some are probably having a little bit of a break after the SANFL season, then coming back into it. So that's creating some challenges for Morphetville Park, and I'm sure a couple of other clubs at the moment as well. But like you said, you just need to set yourself up for the year. The more you can win earlier in the season, the easier it makes it later on, I think. Some teams might be just chasing their tail a little bit, which makes it hard, and the pressure to win certainly amplifies.
I think that's the other thing with the SANFL competition being in the summer. It does put a lot of, I suppose, it's a lot of work for your body to do to end up playing 2 seasons in a year. You end up playing close to 25, sometimes 30 games if you're in finals. So it's definitely can take its toll. So as long as you manage it correctly.
And that's the key. Look, the fact is, out at Glenelg, they started some skill development training in October. So, there's not a lot of break between the end of this competition and what we're expecting the players to do at SANFL level. So, really need to be smart about how they manage themselves. I know some players, for example, haven't elected to play this season. They'll just catch up once a month and do some footy stuff. So, it's an individual thing, but it's just something that needs to be managed, as I said. Salisbury breaking out to positions now, seem to be up and about, which is good.
We do have Shaylee O'Brien running for us at the moment. She unfortunately hurt her knee in her central season in round 8, I think it was, straining her LCL, which is not one that's commonly done. But yeah, so hopefully she'll be back out running amok on the field in a couple of weeks' time.
Okay, so that was a 8 to 10 week injury?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
Morphetville Park just breaking now. Tammy Sky urging the team to lift.
Do you think there's any players from Morphetville Park that could probably step up in the last quarter, give a bit of inspiration for the rest of the team?
Yeah, I think whilst Cutters was great that quarter, I still think Leah Cutting still got a bit more to give. It wouldn't surprise me if she's not starting the ruck. It wouldn't surprise me if she rucks for most of the quarter. Hannah Scholars just moved into the midfield from the back line, so I think Tammy Scott's trying something. And she could certainly give them a bit of a lift and a bit of hardness around the ball. Outside of that, it's just about keeping their feet and being cleaner.
Good soccer forward there by Caitlin Byrne, I believe. I believe it'll be a very scrappy and scrum last quarter.
I think you're right. Fatigue sets in. I know some of the Morphe's players have had to double up because of the amount of sample players that are out at the moment. So I think fatigue will definitely be a factor here.
So you've got some playing from
The B grade,
Bs
yeah,
playing
that's right.
now? Yeah.
Yep. Great tackle. Is that Lucy Armitage? She's a bit of a tackling machine. It's only her second season of football. She had a great year out at Glenelg. Got a Powerade Breakthrough Player of the Year nomination. I think that's Cass Hartley out there that's got into a good position laterally. Good kick. I don't know who that was, but good kick down the line.
Ooh.
Cutters presented pretty well. And it's out of bounds on the full. It was quite promising for Morphetville Park there.
They did some very, very good kicks down the line. Their kicking efficiency is very good.
I know the coach Tammy Scott has put a lot of emphasis into bad luck, has put a lot of emphasis into skill development this off-season. So a lot of these players here that are playing A grade right now were C grade players last year. So to see them come through like this has been quite pleasing. And that is a challenging kick, and it's come off. Cass Hartley from Laura Isaac. Bit of a scrubber kick, but she's backed it up. Lucy Armitage. And I reckon you're going to get it back, Salisbury.
That boundary in the pocket, that one sneaks up on you.
Crowd stuck around. It's quite exciting, riveting here. It's in a dangerous spot here. Good pick up. Not sure about that handball.
Claudia
Good
Cavallero.
spot, and it's a good kick.
Ooh. Amy Miller running onto the ball. Good handball behind.
Just outnumbered here.
Oh, bit of a rush kick there, Aisha Thomas.
So we had a 3v2 situation there. Probably should have done better. Someone going down with a cramp, I think. We just retrieved the ball. I think that's...
Good attack there by Latia Huynh. I think she's just copped one to the face there.
And somehow Morphetville Park have got a free kick. Maybe there was a bit of holding on, I'm not sure. Not a good kick, but in the end a great kick. As the rain comes down, that'll make it a bit harder now for Morphetville Park, I think. Oh, nearly marked that. Good pick up and a good tackle. And I would suggest this is as hard as it's been raining all game.
Yes, especially with, as you said, the fatigue setting in now. That will not make it nice for the players to run through.
Yeah, and we've just got a 25-metre penalty here. Couldn't tell you what it was for. It was behind the dugout there, but I'd just like to thank the players for keeping the play on this side of the ground at the moment. Good lead by Defoe. Mr. Defoe.
Oh, good tackle there, Kaylee Pearson. Tapped out.
Shall I take that back? That was Meeks Newbold. Good kick down the line. Salisbury got extra numbers back. It's easy to say be clean here because that will be like a cake of soap.
It does seem to be a lot of the play is coming through the corridors. The centre of the ground's not being used too much. I'd say that would be the weather playing a part in that.
Yeah, okay. That is great work by Hannah Scholar. Good positioning by the Salisbury defender there to be in front.
We've got Hannah Pavlovich running onto the balls, just socket that one forward.
That boundary looks a long way. That's a great handball.
Handball to
Good tackle.
Shannon Murphy.
I think that might have been Hannah Scholar with that tackle. Salisbury looking very dangerous when they've got that space. There's a bit of a dump kick down the line. Might have been a bit of a throw, but dropped the ball. Great attack by those two players there. And a push in the back. And that, yeah, I can't tell you. Bit too deep. There's a bit of space there.
Good hit there by Kirsty Williams.
Good front and centre.
On the boot there, Laura Miller. Followed up by Kimmy Fries, kept it in.
The ball still alive.
Yep. I think Morphetville's almost had an exit there. Your eyes would almost light up with all the space in the forward lines. It's just getting the ball in there.
That's right. There's a lot of numbers around the ball, which is making that hard. There's a free kick there to Salisbury. Oh no, Morphetville Park. Take that back. Not a very dangerous kick forward, very deep into the pocket, easy to defend, and Salisbury did. There's a lot of space on the fat side here if they can just get it over the line.
Kick out there by Demi Sonneman. Been doing well last line of defence back there. Amber James taking on.
Oh, that's a
Latia Quinn
excellent handball. Here we go, off to the races.
on the boot. Oh. Good soccer forward, Shannon Murphy.
So we've got an extra Salisbury player on the forward line there.
Yes, I believe that's Amy Miller.
Yeah, it was actually one of the Morphe's players came off her opponent to defend that there, which was really good.
Very smart move.
Did expose them on in the goal square there, but they were lucky to get the ball back. Two Salisbury players, very courageous there. Morphy's got the ball on the outside if they can just be clean. Tessa Cone had a good pick up and release handball there. We're off for another stoppage. Salisbury got a free player in the middle of the ground.
That's a good mark there, Kimmy Fry.
And no, she's been covered off, but there's Mel Speechley on the mark there.
Very good hands. Kimmy's
Clean.
followed that one up.
Bit lucky there, I think. That's a great pick up.
Just can't seem to get a big enough piece of it.
It's over the back. Salisbury going to be to the ball first. Good shepherd behind the ball there by Salisbury.
Laura Miller just fended that one off, luckily.
Nice bit of candy.
And
Ball just can't get behind. Good pick up, Donna, but a good tackle. went to ground. Got it out though. Sarah Wilton,
Good
great
front
pickup.
position.
Yeah, agreed. And we're off to the races. Great shepherd by Lucy Armitage there.
The Morphetville backline seem to be reading the ball very well when it comes down.
Yeah, I think the challenge has been when there's been a stop. Oh, that looked high. Challenge has been Morphetville Park. It's not been bad in transition, but it's been when there's been stop play at half forward for Salisbury. That's where they've been found out where the ball's gotten a bit deeper. Yeah, this just become a bit of a stalemate at the moment. I think from Morphetville Park point of view, they've defended quite well this quarter. I've mentioned fatigue, but here we go, Morphetville Park going forward.
It's a bit of a panic handball there. It's paid off.
Probably just need to release it a bit earlier. Probably overusing the handball there at the moment. Lucky to get a free kick. Salisbury pushed numbers back really well there, and there's one of them.
Good intercept, Demi Sonneman.
Oh, well done, Saldonna. Turned a player inside out. Just need a better connection on the football.
Bit earlier in the game, it might have come off a bit nicer.
Yeah, you can forgive them a little bit.
Yeah.
Bit of fatigue, bit of slipperiness. Especially when you're not coaching them.
Yeah. You can almost hear how heavy the ball is when it comes off
Yeah.
the boot.
So we've got another stoppage at half forward here for Morphetville Park. Saldonna's jumped in from the side in the ruck. Lots of numbers around the ball, but it squeezes out.
Good body use there.
Trying to see who that was. Oh,
Oh, good handball out.
I think Lucy Armitage just copped one high there accidentally. Oh, over the back. And this is exactly... Oh, good chase.
All right, Shannon Murphy's kicked that one forward. Amber James just needing to get a piece of the footy there.
They might be holding the ball. She's dived on the footy. Ooh, got away with it. That was really fast transition by Salisbury there. Once they get the ball on the goal side of their opponents, they're very hard to contain. Good tackle there. It was a good pick-up, but equally good tackle. I think it was Laura Isaac.
I think Georgia Mee might be rocking in the forward lines there for Salisbury. She's also a first-year player, straight up into A grade.
Speaking of rucking, Jamie Lee Sonneman was behind the football then, and the ball got released to her. She was in a very dangerous spot. Bit of luck, she could have kicked a goal then.
Oh no, this is looking dangerous for
Yeah.
Morphetville Park.
Look, not one to make excuses, but that girl is buttering up for a second game. I think she's a bit fatigued at the moment, but
Good pressure though, they've managed to get that one back.
that's a good pick-up.
Very good. It
Oh.
might be a bit of a run down the wing.
So when are we putting a grant in for another couple of light towers? I think we've got a free kick there to Saldonna. She's got a bit of the footy this quarter.
I think still a little bit more light coverage than what we get at Kellett Reserve though.
Kellett Reserve has had their lights upgraded.
Oh, have they?
Yeah,
There you go.
Yeah, last year. It is better, but this is a lot bigger. Ball forward here for Morphetville Park. Just got to keep your feet. She went to ground. Nope. Stood up. The ground looks in really good nick though.
Yeah, I think it gets maintained pretty well all year round. I think it gets used for cricket in the off-season by the Northern Jets, so
Yep.
take care of it well.
Free kick to Salisbury there. In the back.
I think that is Aisha Thomas. Oh,
That's a mark. That's
good
a great
hands
mark.
there. Latia Quinn, I believe.
Just needed to spoil from behind there.
A couple of our younger players who played out at Centrals this year.
Speaking of which, they do have a lot of young players. It was actually quite exciting to watch them play footy this year, to be honest. They're going to be pretty good in years to come, I think.
Definitely.
Oh, Saldonna.
Ooh, good
Well
use
done.
of the footy. That was great positioning.
I think she might be a bit out of range here.
Ooh. Now, does that count as play on?
I don't think they're letting her play on. It's Kaylee Bacholka. I'm not sure that part of the ground was maintained that well though. It's a good deep entry. Leah cutting. No, need to keep her feet. Nearly a good mark by Salisbury. It's got a wave of numbers here ready to run it out. Just outnumbered everywhere.
Oh,
Lucy Armitage with a clean pick up, but an equally good tackle by Salisbury. Saldonna and Lucy Armitage in there. Lots of numbers around the footy.
very congested in that goal square.
Oh, clever.
Oh,
Drop the ball. Tessa Cone. That's a good releasing handball by Saldonna. Oh, might be a throw, but pressure's too good from Salisbury at the moment. Lots of numbers around the ball. If I'm Morphetville Park here, I want to open up this stoppage, or at least get the ball outside of the numbers. Great use of the body by Jamie Lee Sonneman, and that might be a high. Yeah, good work.
that is Claire Berry. Kick outside to Demi Sonneman. Cut off there by Morphetville Park.
It's a bit of a chaos ball inside forward 50. They're probably the hardest to defend, but they defended that very well. Morphetville Park set up really well behind the ball here. Salisbury obviously have extra numbers around the footy, but this should come out into a nest of Morphy's players. Good contest by the Salisbury player.
Good run off there.
That was Sarah Wilton. Really good run off.
Good body work, Jamie Lee Sonneman. Unlucky bounce. As you said, that wall of Morphetville players, it's going to be hard to get past.
Yeah, but Salisbury's done really well just to create a stoppage here. So all of a sudden we'll get extra numbers around this contest, which will actually make it easier for Salisbury to transition. Got some free numbers around this stoppage. Did well to actually, Hannah Scholar in the middle there. Yep, did well to get another restart. Got some free players here. Sonneman's really good at using her body in those situations. Oh,
Ooh.
that was a good basketball pass. Blindsided the umpire. Holding on, yep. Good, go. Everyone stopped because they had no idea who the free kick was for. Great
Good
shepherd
body use there by Demi Sonneman.
and a good tackle.
Very good tackle. Now, it would be very easy for a player there to kind of accept they're out of the play, but Cutters did very well to follow through with the pressure.
Agreed. Despite a pretty good Shepherd. This is over the line. This is a very good kick. That's Melinda Speechley. Very good leading player, Mel Speechley. And not a bad, accurate kick. Wet heavy ball's going to be a challenge for her though.
Yeah.
Plus the Salisbury players trying to put her off. I like that.
Oh.
And it swung back
There we go.
on the siren. So that wraps up the game here. 4-4 to 1-4. Better players for Salisbury. Salisbury win, sorry, by the way.
I believe we've had a few girls step up tonight. So Amy Miller did very well across the ground. Shannon Murphy in spurts, definitely opened up the game with her leg speed. Claire Berry pretty well in the back lines, as well as Demi Sonneman. And of course, Jamie Lee in the ruck, setting the scene a bit there for Salisbury. Her body work's definitely, yeah, she's very good with her body.
It's definitely a strength of hers, that's
That's
for sure.
right, yeah.
Well, for Morphetville Park, the best players, I thought Leah Cutting and Jamie Lee Sonneman contest was really good. Leah had her moments where she did some really great things. Also, I think Hannah Scholar worked her way into the game that quarter as well, which was good. As I go down the list here, Lucy Armitage was in and around the ball. Laura Isaac did some good things. And Sarah Wilton was pretty good as well.
All right, well, that was a good little competition out at Salisbury Oval. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens when both sides are at full force and all the sample players are back and injuries have settled a bit.
Agreed. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you. Thank you.
All the best.